it's just black. Oh, we're back.
We're back?
Yep.
Right, yes, apologies for that. I don't know what's going on there. Like, that shouldn't have happened. I had no warnings in my Streamlabs. I had nothing telling me we were not rolling live. Everything was telling me I was live. Everything was saying we're good and going and cooking. That's very, very strange indeed. I do apologise for that, people, but we are back racing once again. Not a lot has happened in the two laps that you have missed.
Yeah, the racing gods have blessed you because they've just waited until we've come back for Luggy to make a move on the inside of Tom there. You saw it quite in the background a little bit. But yeah, literally nothing has happened while we were gone, so you have missed nothing. So, and I quite literally mean that, like nobody even made an overtake. People just did a couple of laps.
Streamlabs is normally very, very good and will tell me if I'm having an issue. I get little notifications that pop up and give me some spicy details, but nothing at all told me that I was not live there. We were still all rolling green on my screen and I was commentating away with Tom Carter.
Yeah, but something that hasn't happened is that Sausage Joe has not dropped off the back of Alster. He's still there, still well within a shot at taking this position back. I mean, using the DRS, I think it'd actually be quite easy. Well, it's got the hard tyre compound on there.
Yeah, it could have gone for the longer. He's obviously gone for the longer strategy, but tyre wear, unbeknownst to me, a bit unknown around here. Certainly something that I am a bit unfamiliar with.
Oh, we have exactly half and half strategies.
We have exactly half. We can take a quick look at the tyres as you can see. Medium for Oster, Sausage Joe, Leon, Hards, Glitch 10 mediums, Lugie, Tom, Hards, D Summers, Sam and OTLR Luke mediums, Josh Grellis, Hards, mediums for Sid, hard, medium, hard. So certainly a mix in the field.
Here goes Leon.
Oh, here goes Leon. Is it a double? Is it a double? He's trying to get in, but the switchback's coming from Sausage Joe just back out of it. There was contact with a McLaren, but he's kept it fairly well and takes lead of the race. Leon is on a charge.
That was a good overtake there, good double overtake, but Auster's going to the outside on the run to turn one. He's not able to outdrag Leon, though. Leon's still got the inside line. It's probably the preferred line at the first part of this corner if you have the grip to get ahead.
Auster's running around the outside. Can he get it? I guess it.
That's a good move, that. That's what I was going to say. If you manage to have the grip to stay on the outside into turn two, then you will inherit the inside on account of the fact that the corners change direction. So your outside becomes the inside, and then you have an easier overtake to make. But you have left yourself vulnerable on the back straight in the DRS. So I wonder how they're going to cope with that.
Well, we have that mix in the pack. There's a bit of a DRS train there from P5 down to P8, and then another train of a couple cars. It's a bit of a separated train. Some cars don't have the DRS, some do, but that pack will certainly close up, I imagine. But on the front four, very hard racing. Tom has fell down behind Lucas. It's Glitch 10 now who's fighting in that top four. Something that you wouldn't have seen when you missed the 2 laps. You see Sid with a 3-second penalty there.
Yeah, Sid is the first victim of track limits today, so that would be the last one.
Absolutely. Here comes Sausage Joe, makes it to the inside, coming around turn 14. It's easy with that DRS.
Leon optimistically bided his time as well. Just tried the see if he could capitalise on a weakened Alster, but he didn't. He wasn't able to. But it was a good effort nonetheless.
Wasn't able to get the traction down like he'd so wished. It is Josh now taking the fastest lap of the race. Oh, Auster's going for the inside this time, but it'll switch around and he'll be stuck to that outside. Could he make it a little bit of a switcheroo? He can't do it. He's still behind Sausage Joe.
Tell you what, a great view of this if you wanted to jump on it is the onboard T-cam of Leon. I can see the battle between these two ahead of very, very well glitched and lurking just behind a little bit more out of it. But Leon just watching these two scrap, making sure that he's close, making sure he's there to be able to capitalise, and especially on something like the back straight where the person in P1 almost is a sitting duck. person in P2 only has the slipstream until they have
Ooh!
to pull out alongside. But Leon, he's able to use the double slipstream for even longer and thus inherits more speed, and he's able to overtake both of the cars ahead of him. So it's a very smart play here from Leon, and we may or may not see him use it, play his cards, use the ace up his sleeve, but he doesn't actually get the best exit out of that corner. So he's actually lost a little bit of time before he uses the DRS, which means Alster is going to be able to overtake Sausage Joe with no save from Leon and Glitch 10. At the moment, he goes to the inside. It's an easy overtake. It's not fought too hard by Sausage Joe, who's looking to just carry on his race. He doesn't want to lose too much time to the cars around him, and it's neatly done from the pair of them. And the lead swaps over.
Completely swapped again. This is something that we're going to see a lot of. I think Glitch is just biding his time there. I don't think he's pushing too hard. Possibly trying to make those tyres go for quite a margin. If he can get the longer run out of the mediums, he will benefit at the end when the other drivers start to swap out. The medium tyres have not been a favourable tyre this game cycle round. We see a lot of drivers just going on them for a short amount of laps and then certainly going for record-breaking long stints on the harder tyre. A lot of drivers have opted for that this season already. So we can only just sort of speculate on what the tyre work could be here this game cycle round. However, from the comms booth, we don't see a lot from that. Just
a good indicator.
Go on.
For the people at home watching, a good indicator on tyre wear is using the pace of the people who have started on the medium tyre to the hard tyre. It sounds a bit simple and it sounds a bit too easy to be true, but you might not notice it. But if you compare the pace of the medium people who have been on them for the same life and the people who have been hard on the same life, and compare the grip they have, if you want to keep an eye on specific drivers, drivers with more worn tyres are going to find it harder to stay with the people ahead of them, unless they have a very, very nice DRS advantage. So yeah, that's what you want to look out for. But what were you going to say?
I've managed, this is something I was trying to do before, but I can see the sector times. It's something I've been trying to get set up for quite a while, but now I can see it. And on that previous lap, Oscar was benefiting in second sector most. Other than that, him and Sausage Joe are completely matched on sector times through first and third. So it's a 41.7, 1-3 for Oster's third sector there, and then a 41.701 for Sausage Joe's, but then he was 2 tenths quicker in second. So that's where I think Oster's benefiting a little bit.
Yeah, Sausage Joe's had a big snap. You've left the camera on Glitch 10, so the people at home may have just missed it a little bit. And also something you could see there was the beautiful billboards that sport our lovely gold and black logo. If you want to see more of that, and if you want to participate in this competition, then you're more than welcome to join the ! Discord. Sign-ups will be open for Season 2 soon enough, and it's going to be a short wait between seasons as well, so you will not have to wait for your action. If you want to get involved, make sure you get involved.
Looking at the timing board so far, everything's starting to slow down a little bit. We expected those tyres start to seriously wear out. 9 laps complete. This is the 9th lap they would have completed on those tyres. The mediums could certainly be feeling a little bit of strain while the hard runners go into that tyre preservation mode, where they just try to take it a little bit easier and extend the stint the best that they can. It's what they need to do more than most. They need to really preserve the tyres so they can push for longer, and if they need to really push and defend position, they have the tyre life to do so. It's all about management here, but again, you need to make sure that your tyre compounds are fired up and working, because heat is everything. Too much heat will cost you dramatically. You can see the grip advantage Oster has there going into first sector. He can really close up, so the mediums still seem to be working on that McLaren.
Working nicely, very nicely, and it means that he has the he'll have the tyre wear advantage at least at the end, because he'll be on the harder tyres, so the people around him will wear them a bit quicker. But I suspect that the strategy around here might be a stop around lap 12, because we're coming up to halfway through the race anyway, so it might just be that it's one of those tracks where the softs are a no-go and the mediums and the hards are pretty even.
Absolutely, even though Luke had a moment, let's bear that in mind, Luke had his moment and dropped down the field with his teammate Sid. He's found himself up into P8 already. So that lap incident that we saw earlier on in stream, getting a bit of an altercation with Luke, he's certainly closing up to the back of Josh B13.
Leon's having a tough time on his tyres at the moment. He's not enjoying it one bit. Meaning that he's currently vulnerable to Glitch 10. Glitch 10 has no battery at all, which is not what you want. It must be one of those tracks where it's hard on the battery. Let's have a look on other people around him.
Well,
The other people around him indicate otherwise. So.
I just saw Leon switch his fuel mode, so there seems to be some fuel saving there.
That's not possible. You can't switch fuel modes in the racing conditions.
Can you not?
Nope.
Oh, it's probably a bug on my telemetry thing then. Apparently you switched to lean.
That's not possible.
Oh, it's only in the safety car, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. So it's a bug on my little telemetry thing. Never mind.
Oh, Glitch 10 wants to melt his rear tyres, apparently stepping on it out of tier in turn 2. Getting a bit of a pokey on.
Still working this out. This is a new tool.
Yeah. Price has calmed down a little bit though. People are just running down the clock. You get a stage of this in every serious competition though, such as ours. You will have the part where the drivers are very aware of the fact that this is a little bit of a no man's land part of the race. This is the part of the race where you're just thinking about running the clock down a little bit. Nobody wants to fight. Nobody wants to risk it. Nobody wants to, get damage. You don't want to put yourself in a position where you have to pit early and then, you throw yourself off a bit. This is the part of the race where it's important that you don't do that because I've just seen someone fly off the track in the map there at the bottom, and I thought safety car was going to come out as I was saying that, but
the yellow flag for Piney, but he's got himself going again. Very, very dirty Red Bull there, so maybe picked himself up in the gravel. Those side pods need a jet wash. That's certainly a fact.
Sausage Joe's nearly breaking the DRS at the moment. He's pulling away from Alster on those hards. So this is what I was talking about, where you can clearly see now that Alster, even though he is holding on to Sausage Joe with the help of probably DRS and maybe a little bit of front wing grip on the setup or maybe something like that, he is able just to stay with him. He's not losing enough to drop out of the DRS, but he is losing throughout the lap, but the DRS gains it back for him at the end. So yeah, the hards now definitely coming into their preferred window.
Yeah, you will have that grip advantage. They are the optimum tyre to be on. We see a lot of drivers really going for long stints on those hard compound tyres. Mediums though, going 11 laps so far for Oster. Certainly impressive indeed. We see a change there, a bit of an attack from Sam against his teammate. Maybe a switcheroo. Sam got the extra pace over D Summers. Is D Summers still going to fight it back? Does get ahead. Nicely done.
Tom H having a bit of underperforming. He's underperforming a little bit today. I would have expected him to be up here with his teammate Leon Alster and Sausage Joe's skill and pace is definitely on par with those people. May just have had a couple of other drivers who he would like to have dispatched. He ended up in a fight with those instead, but one safety car is all it takes. One person messing up a pit entry.
Absolutely.
Somebody's gone off again. Piney Penguin's gone off again in the same spot.
Oh, Piney really struggling there, but he's not out of it. You see his cars going again on the tracks. 10 seconds! Oh, he's been really slapped with that one. My God, keep it in the lines, man. That's what the game thinks about that. See, the first pit stop done.
Oh, Glitch Head pits.
Those medium tyres are on 59% on the front left.
Okay, I thought he got held in the pits then. It was just a visual bug. My apologies. I nearly overreacted there. But he is coming out of the pits now. It's going to be out lap critical for Glitch 10. He is on the hard tyres and he is on his route to the end of the race. I told you it would be one of those tracks where the hards and the mediums are quite level. They are halfway through the race now. So it's 13 laps on the mediums, 15 on the hards. And most of the other drivers have extended to 14 laps each. So yeah, I think that the tyres are quite level at the moment, and towards the end of the race we'll see the hard runners come into their preferred window. But Alster, Sausage Joe and Leon now are going to have to help each other not get jumped by Glitch 10, because if he undercuts them enough, And I'm not sure how powerful the undercut is here. If he does it enough, he'll be able to rejoin in front of them. No DRS to be heard of for these guys, and they may not be able to catch up with him on raw pace.
Yeah, absolutely. But Leon's just lurking behind the front runners. Glitch needs to push all he can now as he started off that pit stop strategy. Who else are we going to see? Could he get the undercut here? He could have forced the hand of the front runners, as we do see Oster dive into the pit lane there. He certainly feels like now is the best time to get in there and change those tyres.
Tiny Penguins in the same gravel trap. Leave the racing before the racing leaves you, mate. Come on.
Oh, that's really causing an issue. That's really costing him though.
It is. He must have something serious wrong with his setup where he's just turning in and the car is just flying into the gravel trap where he's got, he might not have loaded his setup. He might have forgotten that we did a reset or something like that, and his tyres are probably just on 110 degrees or something.
Just having his moment, to say the least.
Just wondering if Josh B would like any front tyres at the end of the race. He is locking up into the corners quite heavily at the moment. Glitch 10 has dropped 2.5 seconds to Ouster, question mark. For an awful outlap if that's happened.
Tom H is under serious attack here from Lugi.
Oh, he is. Into turn 11. Is that right?
Yes, into turn 11 we go now. He was under very much some brutal pressure from Lugi. They were side by side for a moment there. But is Tom still ahead? Can he catch up to Josh in any way? Can he do anything to try and get that DRS? He's not got it now. It's going to be a mighty send coming through the final few corners. The DRS detection zone just before. Oh, he's letting go. He's conceded.
Yeah, Tom was saving the battery.
He was indeed. He's not got a lot, that's a fact. The front left tyre certainly feeling the pressure here. 47% worn out, I can see.
Could some of these drivers that are extending the HUDs do a hard soft?
Well,
I feel like the tyre discrepancy of being, running the hard medium and those mediums being
the
on
flag party's out. It's got to be a safety car.
No, it won't be. So he retired in the pit lane. I mean, oh, Lugi.
Ooh, wow. Big moment there from Lugi. Tom takes that position back away, but that was not nice. Williams almost...
Not nice. Tyres are all... But yeah, I could... If you were on the track now, what would you guys at home, what would you do, Brooksy? You're on the hards, and the people that have stopped now are on the mediums, or the hards, and they're going to the end. Would you risk it on the soft? Because I feel like even a couple of laps on some tyres here and some fresh softs, you'd be quite a lot faster.
I feel like the softs would absolutely destroy depending on what lap you go in. I mean, I can't see 8 laps out of a set of softs without getting yourself collected in a wall. Gotta be honest, that front left is taking an absolute hammering. Especially
with the sweeping nature of these corners, you just be going through one of them and the car will go and you won't be able to catch it. But as it stands, Ouster and Glitch 10 are going to be quite far ahead of Sausage Joe and Leon. Leon's in the pit, Sausage Joe's continued. Leon's pitting for... He's on hards.
I wonder when Sausage Joe plans to pit. Maybe 2 laps, I say. Maybe next lap. He's going to lose out.
He definitely needs to pit if he wants to make this historic race for us. Glitch 10 setting consistent fastest laps. He's Ouster and then Glitch 10 both overtake Leon. Not by a lot by any means. So, actually, the worn tyres mustn't be too bad here.
Mighty battle between Tom H and Lugi once again for that final podium position. However, they've both yet to stop. This is monumental. They've done it a lap before. They're doing it a lap later. It's just so close together. They're really trying to push each other now. But as they come around the infamous turns 9 and 10, it can certainly cost you your race if you just get yourself collected a little bit too much on the exit of 10. power down and then slam it on into 11. Hit that 50 meters, get it rotated round to the left and then swing it back round to the right. Now this is where getting your foot down is everything. Trying to get the momentum and the traction down at the double right-hander 12 and 13 because of this huge, this absolute enormous back straight with that rear wing. The speed potential is insane. You can see how easy it is there for Luge to re-inherit that podium position away, but it is not guaranteed. They still need to swap and get off those tyres. I wonder if Sausage Joe's going to go again. Another lap. Around
He's going to probably go another lap.
Luge and Tom are going another lap, yeah.
Sausage Joe, is he going for the? Surely he's going for the softs. I mean, you've got to have stopped by now. If you, I mean, the guys you're in a race with at the moment are setting consistent purple laps, and I mean, Alster's dropped Leon and glitched, so he might even come out behind glitched Hen. In fact, he almost definitely will.
He will come out behind. I think Sausage Joe, when he pits, he's going to get jumped by everybody down to glitched Hen. He's just left it too late. Glitch just had that tyre advantage. He's been able to set fastest laps.
If he wants a chance, he has to go soft and just eat them up and just hope that he's quick enough to catch up.
Well, Sausage Joe, a driver that I've seen drive in a 100% race, he certainly can race. He knows his strategy, knows how much he can push the tyres.
If there was a man who was serious about making this 7 race winners in 7, that would be one way of doing it, and that would be one way of making a first impression in this community. Yeah, I'm all for it. He's still pulling out a gap on Josh B at the moment, who's in the same situation as him. So maybe we're overestimating the old hards. Maybe we're underestimating him. He's in the pit, and I will let you know.
Can only do so much for you.
Theory will take you only so far. Time to put the theory to the test. He's in the pits and he's going for the medium.
Here comes Oster around. He's going to get jumped. He is. He's getting jumped.
Not by a lot by any means.
But has 10 laps on those mediums. Saw Oster go, what, 14 laps? Along with Glitch 10.
So Alster at the moment though is on 4 lap old hards, Leon 2 lap old mediums, and Glitch 5 lap old hards. So he's really going to need to get a move on here. 2 seconds Glitched, 1.5 to Leon. Then after Leon it's Alster, and Alster at the moment the net leader. I think he may have clinched it, but it's still to play for still.
Absolutely. He's still looking on for what could be another race winner, but 17 laps complete for the front 3. They've got to be going for those softs. There's nothing else they could gain here. Ouster's steaming up behind Tom H now. He's only 1.7 seconds behind. Already completed a pit stop. So at the moment, Ouster's net P1.
He is net P1, and that would mean he is the first ever OTLR driver to take two race wins in a single season, and he would be the only driver to do it at the moment.
And now it's all push for Sausage Joe as he does start to catch up to Glitched Hen though. He's almost within DRS capabilities. It's just what he needs. He needs to start breaking that deficit down. That delta needs to drop dramatically. He needs to get the rear wing open, push as hard as possible. You will have the tyre advantage for the next 9 laps at least. As now we are now on lap 19. Only 9 laps remaining. Can it be done?
I wonder if it can. Sausage Joe is on the back of Glitched Hen. He's having a bit of a twitch there into turn 1, but he is caught up to him now. Glitched Hen, it will be a sitting duck at the moment. He's on the 6 lap old hards. He went for the plan A, but Sausage Joe on the alternative strategy.
Wow, look at that. He's right up behind him.
So much more grip on the I mean, Glitched Hen is rightfully defending it. Oh,
little contact there. He's barely keeping it on the track, barely keeping it together. But Sausage Joe, with that grip, gets the traction down. Now parks it really hard around turn 7, coming around turn 8. He's not letting Glitch do anything about it. Glitch is trying to hold him back and let Tom H capitalise as much as possible. Really trying to defend for his teammates' sake. If Tom H could take victory, it would be another 7th race winner of the season. But It is all looking good for Sausage Joe. He's almost broke a second to Glitch 10 already. But they've already passed that DRS detection point, so Glitched will have that DRS. Is he close enough? I don't think he is. Almost a second away. The DRS can only do so much.
So unfortunately, no battery at all. Yeah, Grelis retired in the pit lane, so that's him resigning from this race. Tom H now is going to have to pit after Luggy, who is his rival at the moment in the race, is pit last lap. So he's getting undercut at the moment, so he's going to have to get in and get out as soon as he can.
Absolutely. Sausage Joe, fastest lap of the race, will pick up that extra point. But he's now up into P3, and just under 3 seconds separates him and Leon. As soon as he gets to the back of Leon, he'll be on the back of Oster. This is certainly starting to spice up with only 8 laps to go.
Leon looks like the candidate to win it at the moment, even with his controller issues. But Oster is going to have to defend it, and defending it means Sausage Joe on the softer, newer compound is going to catch up. So, I mean, it's all still up in the air. I couldn't give you any sort of prediction at the moment. Glitch 10 could still win this race. I mean, it's insanity.
It is absolute insanity. But the gap has dropped by almost a second. Sausage Joe is really benefiting off those medium tyres. Does have the tyre life to his advantage, even over Leon ahead in the V-carb. Leon needs to do a bit of preservation here. Be patient, because he needs to really use those tyres to defend against what could be an absolute master class strategy from the Williams, but he's not. He's going to send it to the inside line, gets it done easy with DRS. Oster now will be the car in P2, but Sausage Joe still pushing ever more to try and get himself within a striking distance. You see the delta going a little bit wide, a bit more to 2.2 seconds. Yeah, but he gains it back. The DRS is helping Oster and Leon. They need to work together here. They just need to keep swapping it.
This is exactly what Sausage Joe needs. These two are tripping over each other like a wire across a door frame. It's kind of insane how much time they've just lost through turn 1 and 2. It's half a second. Oster went to the outside. Leon was stuck on the inside. He had no space to use the speed he had. Oster went wide, lost all his speed too. And in the end, they had that to sit right next to each other. Sausage Joe has gained a second out of that. He's now 1.3 out of the DRS of Leon. All he needs is 0.3 of a second. That's one little bit of battery more. That's one snap of oversteer away. He is so close to being inside the DRS zone. He's 1 second away. He's half a tenth away. He's 1,000 away. He's 1,000 away. He's inside the DRS zone now. Going up to turn 11, he's inside the DRS. That means it's still on. 7 race winners and 7 is still on.
My God, he's absolutely flying. He has 7 laps to make this manoeuvre. 7 laps he had to drop 3 seconds, and he's done it in 2. Are you insane? He's absolutely sending it on these medium tyres, as now he'll get that rear wing open and close it up a little bit more. I'm going to throw it out on a limb here and say I can see an attack into turn 1, into turn 2. Sausage Joe really benefiting from that traction, that grip, that tyre life he has to his disposal. Half a second separates him and Leon now, but he will gain a little bit more as he gets that rear wing open once again. Does he have the battery to burn to push it through? He might not be close enough, but it is another fastest lap for Sausage Joe. Further extends the margin to gain that extra point to his advantage and set himself off on his debut with nothing but victories. He's right on the tail now, right on the rear diffuser of that V-carb coming out of turn 3. Around turn 4 had to back it out slightly and bridge a bit of a gap before he had a bit of contact, but he's now pushing on into turn 6. Swinging it around the hairpin we go and gets into the S section. There's not going to be a move here, but I can see a double overtake coming in the 3rd sector.
I can see a double overtake coming on the back straight, more specifically, because Leon is saving ERS all through this sector, meaning that he's going to have some battery to use on Alster. Alster's going to be a sitting duck on his older tyres as well, which means a fight between Leon and Sausage Joe might ensue into turn 1 following the counter of the lap going on to 23. But if the going keeps on like this, we could see a 6, 5, 7 driver fight going into the end of the season for this title. You could see it where there are drivers that have, not even won a race are still within a chance But
Oh.
at the moment, the chance is going to Sausage Joe. He goes to
Oh.
the inside. He's blocked by Leon, but Leon takes the inside on Alistair into the hairpin.
Oh.
And now it's
Oh.
Sausage Joe. Switch back, double switch back into the hairpin.
No! There is no way he's going to pull this off. He's going to try around 16. He's forced a little bit wide, but he tried to keep it, tried to go for that switchback. That would have been absolutely amazing from Sausage Joe. But no, sending into turn. Well, we're 3 wide on entry, but he does stick it to that outside line, picks up a bit of grass, keeps himself collected, looks for the inside line, now going into turn 2, firing around turn 3, stays behind in P3, but what a battle you have for you, ladies and gentlemen, my.
Ooh.
Oh, contact, big huge smash, Oster's been hit off track. There's contact with Leon and Sausage Joe. Sausage Joe goes through. Oster can barely keep it together. He's off it on the grass and drops down dramatically. Leon's out of the DRS. Oster's down by 2, almost 3 seconds. Wow, what a disaster though.
Angle of that. Sausage Joe had an incident. There was Leon and Alistair. Do you know the turn 3 little kink that's barely even there? They both sort of went through that at the same time and hit each other. Alistair had to cut it a little bit, and he's got a 3-second penalty, which I have no doubt will be removed at some point. It's definitely not something that I would be expecting to stay on my race director. So if he is listening, I would urge him to screenshot his race director and put in a ticket for that. But then Sausage Joe just stuck his nose where it didn't deserve it, and it was in the middle of Leon and Alistair, and he sort of pinched those two together. I did get the perfect clip of it on his onboard view, so it's not going to go missed. So if you want to see what happened there, do join the Discord. I also put 2 clip links in the channel, in the chat as well. I clipped it as well.
That McLaren has damage. He's now under attack for P3. Glitchtown has managed to get himself within that DRS, but it's looking
Leon.
fine, closer, very closer. Glitchtown really is going to benefit here, the McLaren, with the damage. Oster has really had an issue. He's really cost himself here. That kerfuffle there on lap 23 has certainly put him under a lot of pressure. But Sausage Joe, 3.5 seconds clear, is looking good to be the 7th race victor of this season alone. History will be made, and what a debut for Sausage Joe.
Hate to break some news, but I have a feeling that some sort of penalty might be in store for Sausage Joe, so I would take this with a pinch of salt. It may not stand.
I don't know. You see, with the first initial contact being between Leon and Oster, he was just a bystander. He was nothing to do with the first incident. He was just...
Nothing to do with the first incident, but I have to remind you, by your own admission just then, you said he was a bystander, and bystanders' jobs are to navigate incidents in front of them safely, and going in between 2 cars that have just had collision may not fall under that category. But that's not for me to decide, that's for the stewards to decide.
Well, even if he was to pick up 5 seconds, he's almost 5 seconds clear.
Well,
this
something
can
I
only
can
go
commend
one
this
way.
league on is its ability to punish drivers effectively. So, I mean, would you give him a penalty that allowed him to keep the race win?
The standard punishment, depending on what actually happened, we can only speculate here in the comms booth. We don't have the footage, we don't have the penalties. It's one for the stewards' room. But the standard penalty is 5 seconds, and if he is deemed ever to be at fault and picks up the lowest penalty, he will still win as it stands.
It's gone from bad to worse. Glitchhead is threatening Alistair, and he may even be threatened by Josh B and maybe not Luggy towards the end of the race, but Josh B for sure. Glitchhead's right on the rear of him now. They're on the same sort of tyre life, and he has damage. He's got his front left plate missing, which is gonna be sore pretty much everywhere in the lap.
Glitchhead takes this position on track. That 3-second penalty, as you mentioned before, that could be removed from Oster after that contact with the game, giving him the 3 seconds for going off track. But with it being a collision, wouldn't normally be granted a penalty off that.
I mean, if Leon has damage, Glitch could get a podium this race.
Oster has damage. I don't think Leon does. Leon looks fairly squared away.
He's not going particularly quick though. I mean, he's dropping a lot of time to Sausage Joe, and he's got the same tyres on, and he definitely was involved in that collision. So,
well, 9 laps old. He may have burnt those tyres out Of course, in that collision, in that incident with the car being so unsettled, sliding everywhere, he was sent into a sideways slide. That was very evident. You could see it on the screen. He was sent sideways, sliding over the nose of Oster. Would have burnt away those precious medium tyres that he would have needed to see him out in the next closing laps. 3 laps remaining, 26, 27 and 28. So we're on the first of 3 laps to go. Leon could potentially be under some threat from Oster, because Oster was 2 seconds away and he's closing even with that wing damage. So those tyres have got to be dying for Leon there. They must be absolutely distraught. And Oster, using those hard tyres to his advantage, is really, really gaining now.
Something that I was just reflecting upon the incident with the clip as well, and something I've got to say here is I have a good amount of respect for incidents like that, because incidents that you see a lot of times in league races is the situation will be something along the lines of a driver, they might be close racing and there might be contact, right? And then one driver makes a dive bomb, the other one goes, all right, then I'll do it as well. And then you end up having an incident because both drivers are just taking it too far in a reactionary way. But incidents like the one we've seen today only come about when you have racing that is close and genuine. It's not like they've had much contact before that, and it's not like they've had much contact after that. Nobody's taking it out on the other driver on track. It was just a genuine. It was just genuine contact, and as I was speaking there, Glitch 10 takes that position on track, so it cements his position on the podium, just 2 tenths away from having DRS on Leon, who's got younger but softer tyres, so they might be a little bit more worn towards the end of the race.
Oh, Oster's flying it back.
Takes the position back.
Oh, my.
That was naughty. He's not happy. That was a chop and a half.
Here comes Josh. Oh, there's contact. Oster's round again. Hit by the Ferrari. Losing out what could be 2 positions as Josh is looking to capitalise, pick up a place on Oster. It's an absolute disaster for this McLaren. Your Drivers' Championship leader is being pushed down the order completely. He needs these points. Leon is the one who is going to benefit most if Josh can just potentially push on for Glitched and secure a 2-3 for VCARB. They're extending constructors, and Josh will etch very, very close, if not surpass Oster. But Oster managing to fight back there, gets past. I wonder if that was a game with an illegal overtake or something like, I don't know, conceding position or maybe giving it in back. Didn't see that particular. I was looking at the scores on the constructors together, judging the points, so I could be a bit accurate on my prediction there.
Just a reminder that Josh started last this race. He didn't even participate in qualifying.
Absolutely, so that cannot be dismissed. The VCAB didn't even qualify, but he's he's 3 wide. 3 wide, can Josh get a double? Sends it into the hairpin. Glitched is now side by side. Oster was squeezed out, but he's looking for the switchback on the Ferrari. He could potentially get it. He's side by side, backside of it, plays a smart move, and Josh secures the podium. It's a VCAB on the podium. It's a VCAB team on the podium once again. The VCABs are a very strong dominant team here. This is masterclass at its finest, especially for Josh. Like we say, did not qualify, but finds himself on a podium spot nonetheless.
Yeah, it's been a great race from Sausage Joe, despite the small incident that happened. And it was a small incident, not, you don't judge an incident based on its consequences, but you judge it based on the actions that were taking place. And all the actions were fairly small, no real drastic movements, and unfortunately quite serious consequences come to pass. But nonetheless, he's driven a great race. It's been 28 consistent laps of good racing, pace. He was confident on his strategy. He extended the hard medium stint at the start. He went onto the mediums a bit later. He's got him younger now compared to everyone else. He's used that pace, and he's got a well-earned P1 at least on track.
Oster locking up the tyres there into turns 11, managing to collect himself well, but has lost quite a bit of time. He still has the DRS. Oh my, sorry to cut you off there, but we was just literally on board with the McLaren when that happened.
Sausage Joe now just coming up to the final corner. It's 7 in 7. It's heaven for OTLR. He comes around the final corner, hits the final apex one more time, lifts his hands into the air, takes the checkered flag. 9.7 seconds clear of Leon after a small incident towards the end of the race. It was close between him and his peers today, but they just weren't able to edge him out,
Oh, glitch
and
10!
he takes victory.
Oh! Oh, wow! Oh, my God! That was... Oh, that was ever so closer. Glitch 10 got overtaken by Oyster down into the hairpin, but around turn 16 almost had an amazing side-by-side overtake to the line, almost a drag race to the line, but nevertheless... Stick around, people, because we have some announcements coming up after the interviews. It is Sausage Joe to make it 7 races, 7 different victors, 7 different drivers to stand on the top spots. History has been made. There has not been a dominant driver this season. There is only one leading, but everybody else is still within striking distance of snatching it away. Josh, though, getting himself on the podium, may have done just what he needed to get a lot closer to Oyster, but this rate, I don't think he would have been surpassed. Leon taking P2, V-Carbs extending that constructors lead. My, this has been a very eventful Shanghai Grand Prix, that's to say the least. We've had a few stream issues, we've had some controversial moments, drama, heartbreak, calamity, but my China here has certainly brought the entertainment.
What a race here in Shanghai. Always a good race here, despite the fact that a lot of drivers aren't the best here, maybe not the strongest tracks, but a strong race today for us here to watch.
Sausage Joe took pole position, takes race victory with the V-Carbs locking out that podium. Leon P2, Josh P3, Glitch 10 in P4, Oyster in P5, Tom H takes P6, Loogie P7, OTLR Luke P8, D Summers and Sam take out 9 and 10. The Kicksal was scoring just at the bottom of the points, and just outside the points we see the lanky one had Jack, Andres, AJ, Sid, Grelis and Piney. Couple drivers DNF in there, but it's a bit of a fumble once again for Red Bull. I was hoping could score some points, but a couple of moments in the race have cost dearly there. But nevertheless, all eyes are on Sausage Joe for what has been an absolute statement of a race debut, looking to certainly get himself known here in OTLR, looking to push on for victories, and if not, in Season 2, what could be a championship contender. But for Shanghai, he stands on the top spot and is the victor. We now come back to the comms room. Whoa. My. You've heard my reactions, you've heard me scream, you've heard me shout. Wow, that was
7
interesting.
race winners and 7. Yeah.
7 for 7.
I'll sit here and calculate the odds of that right now.
7 for 7. Can we make it 8 for 8? Oh, that was insane. Insane to say the least. We'll take a quick look at the calendar to see what is coming up next. You can see we just had Shanghai done and dusted, and we head into round 8 for what is my favourite track. I cannot stress this enough. Saudi Arabia, Jeddah. Oh my. 27 turns you must navigate to perfection to try and take the top spot race victory. And then we head over to Abu Dhabi, Yas Marina, another one of my favourite tracks to go to. Such a lovely track to race, especially with the second sector. You get that double dose of DRS. You know, you can get an overtake done on the first, but then as you get onto the second DRS, the detection zone is about 15 yards behind it. So all you do is come out of that chicane and then you're straight with the rear wing open. So if you overtake on the first DRS zone, you're going to get overtaken once again on the second. It's all about the strategy there in Yas Marina. And then we head home to the United Kingdom, Silverstone. Well, mine and Tom's home GP certainly going to be an interesting one to go for. Certainly one to watch. But for now, it will be Shanghai done and dusted, and we end in Brazil. So I'll take a quick moment just while I try and get people done and dusted ready to go in the
next week, Jeddah. I'm excited for that.
room. Let me see. Let me see.
Got to see if people want to do interviews today. Obviously, it's the driver's choice.
It was Sausage Jaw, Leon, and Josh. Josh with a master recovery though. That was incredible. That was incredible. P didn't even qualify. Back of the grid, still gets on the podium. You've got to respect a drive like that. You've got to commemorate and really show your appreciation to see drivers be able to produce a drive like that from the back of the grid and push all the way to the front. You've seen the fair share of issues that we've had, the little controversial moments. Lap 1 certainly was interesting.
So interesting. Oh, well, that incident at the end, very, very interested to see what happened there.
Very, yes, indeed. I'm going to try and get these guys into the interview room, but we will head over there just a second. We heard that some people will have interviews, so we'll head to the interview room right now. Do stick around. Do not go anywhere. Like I say, we have an announcement coming after the interviews. So just stick around. Stay with us. Some spicy information to come. Spicy information to come.
Ow. Just hit my elbow. Sorry if you heard that. Wonder if these drivers are going to join. Do you want to do the announcement first and then then do interviews?
Well, no, we're going to get them in. I'm just still doing the permissions. I'm just trying to get the...
Okay, that's fine. No, I thought that would just taking forever.
I pinged them to ask, because if they were interested, then if they don't want to do the interviews, then it's pointless getting them in and we can go straight to the announcement. But give everybody your invites. You've been permitted into the comms booth, so you should just be able to click the booth and get yourself in here. I know you can see it, but it is locked to everybody but yous. You can get yourselves in here and we can have a couple of words.
Just a question, but do the people know what the announcement is, or do we just know what it is and they don't even know what it is?
They do not. We do have one in. We've got Josh P3. We can start indeed with yourself, Josh. So, my mate, didn't even qualify, came in just as the lobby got restarted and still managed to snatch yourself a podium though. Really good recovery drive for what could have been a very problematic Shanghai GP for yourself. But we've heard it from you before about damage limitation. Was that the same mindset going into today?
Pretty much just the same again. It was just all about making positions up when I can, just taking it easy, not getting damaged around there, just see where I'm at end, and yeah.
Well, that was a mighty fine drive to see, and certainly capitalising in the end after that incident there with Oster and Glitched Hen. Did you any words, any comments on that? Anything you may want to call out? Are we there? Are we good?
Was that directed at me? Sorry.
No, it's directed at Josh there.
Oh.
Repeat it. I didn't hear you. Sorry.
So, do you know, just when you was capitalising off that mistake from Glitched Hen and Oster, any thoughts on that? Was you just happy to see them battle away and potentially get you within the mix?
Oh, not really. I was just focusing on myself, just see where I was at the end. It was just going along, and then if I was somewhere at the end, I was somewhere if I want.
Do you have a specific strategy or anything going into the race? Did you know what the tyre wear were going to be like or anything like that? Because I saw the front left taking an absolute beating.
I didn't do a single lap practice, I'm going to lie.
Oh, fair enough, mate. It was still a good recovery drive from yourself, and you got yourself in a good position to put pressure on the driver's standings leader, Oster, your current rival, for what could be a championship for yours to take. But it's a V-carb lockout, so the constructors are still good for yourself.
Yeah.
And anything from you, Tom, mate?
Yeah, I'd just say, how was your confidence before the race, and how was your confidence going into the rounds that follow now?
I mean, I'd just come from doing something else, so I just wanted to enjoy myself. Really, it's just about getting the confidence back, which I had at the start of the game. So from like Bahrain and stuff like that, which I had in recent weeks. So yeah.
No, mate, well done. You did a great race today.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a lovely drive from yourself, and managing to get a podium even from not even qualifying, but sitting in the back of the grid. Lovely stuff. Congratulations. Moving on, it is Leon in the booth. So, Leon, P2, lovely result for yourself. You qualified, I think, P2, and you managed to finish P2. So, a good drive from yourself. You got a bit under pressure off the start from Oster there. You had a killer launch, launched himself up into what could have been a race victory. But we've seen on the stream he had his fair share of moments. But for now, you take that second run. It's a V-carb 2 and 3, so it's a good result for yourselves. How did you feel on that? Did you go in with any specific strategy today? Did you have any practice in? As your teammate certainly didn't.
I got like a couple of laps in. I got like 1, 2, or 3 time trial laps in like 10 minutes before I got into the lobby, and that was it. I feel alright about my performance. I mean, there was some like moments like conditions and stuff, but my pace was okay. Yeah.
No, it was good to see you take another podium away. The V-Carb certainly being a very dominant team here in OTLR for the first season. And we've had 7 different race victors. You and your teammate both taking the top spot. But so far, it is once again a different driver to take the top spot, and a new driver at that, making his debut. Any pressure though? Because he was certainly setting some pace down.
Yeah, I mean, I've obviously got one goal, and it's obviously to win the championship, but obviously focus on to next race. I knew China wouldn't have been my best race because I've never been good around it. So yeah, hopefully next race I think I can win next race. So yeah.
Yeah, fair enough, mate. No, it was a lovely drive from yourself, and once again being on the podium and getting some good points for yourself. We will put you up certainly quite a margin in constructors. Tom H was levelling with you on the points, but now you jump ahead, and what could be chasing down you, I think you will surpass AMS Knight though. So you are P3 in the standings, and it is just you and Josh separating yourselves from attacking Oster for what could be the Drivers' Championship. So you are within a striking distance. We've still got 4 races to go. So are you feeling confident? Next race will be Jeddah.
Yeah, I'm feeling confident. Yeah.
Good stuff. Lovely stuff. Any words from you, Tom?
Yeah, just wondering if you could shed a little bit more light on the controller issue you said you had, maybe.
Oh, I loaded up my game, and I realised that the vibrators on the controller, the force feedback, wasn't working. And I was like, I have to quickly swap my controller, and then my other controller's a bit of a tired one. It's just got a bunch of stick drift on it. I think I was pretty lucky. There was like a couple moments where it like had like a little nibble with the turning, but it was okay overall. It saved me.
Not too bad then. You coped with it well. Good job.
Lovely stuff.
Sorry, what did you say? Oh, sorry.
Oh, go on. He said, good, well, you caught with it well, I think he said.
Thank you.
I did. I said you coped with it well. Good job.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I did.
That will do us for our interviews, and now we shall move on to what I've been telling you to stick around for, the spicy announcement yet to come. And it is also a bit of a surprise for you as well, Tom. So first on the list, I shall bring yours back to the comms booth so I can get everything going nice and smoothly.
It's news to me as well, guys.
Regarding the Season 2 sign-ups. So, Season 2 announcement, sign-ups will be open on the 27th of September. So, only a couple weeks and you can sign up to be involved in the second season. And you will need to complete 2 time trials, Australia and Texas. We recently had some time trial sessions that you needed, time trial times you needed to set to get you set up into season 1. But now the tracks have changed and you need to push on Australia and Texas. 2 tracks that can really catch you out, and it's also difficult to find your time and gain every 10th. But do not forget, September 27th, they are open and they close on October 11th. So, season 2 being announced is coming, but we need you to sign up and be a part of it. And now,
definitely, I'll get a Discord link into the chat as well.
Absolutely, the Discord link will be there for you. If you can have a little look at that, click on that and be involved if that's something that you want to be involved with. You want to get yourself racing, why not? You saw the action today. We had a couple of issues, but that's normally not what happens with a stream. That's the first time that has happened in 7 races. So next week, we should all be squared away and get ourselves going nice and bonny. But nevertheless, on to part 2 of Season 2's announcement. Drum roll, please. It is a season 2 calendar, baby. There we go. You can see for yourself where you are going to be racing, starting off October 22nd at Bahrain. And then we get ourselves sent back over to Australia. We expect you to be able to set a decent time there and be able to push on for victories. It is your TT requirement to get into season 2. Australia is going to be a track you'll be racing. Plenty of practice will be done, so you'll be certainly putting in the pace and looking for race victory. Japan Suzuka for round 3. Certainly a track that can catch you into sector 1. Those tight twisty turns, if you pick up a little bit too much curb, you're going to go packing into the wall. Pack your bags and catch a flight. You're going away. It's as simple as that. On to Zandvoort, Netherlands. We've not seen it this season, I don't believe, but we shall see it next season. And then once again, we head back home to the United Kingdom. Silverstone, our home GP, always brings an interesting race. Certainly a track that can develop some mighty fine overtakes, especially as you get into Stoke Corner, pushing down into Vale. I've seen overtakes done there before that made all the difference in race victory. We head back to Austria, Spielberg, the Red Bull Ring, the shortest track on the calendar for round 6. And then we go to Canada, Montreal, with, I don't know, again, a track we haven't seen this season. We shall see it next season. Singapore, also a track that can really catch you out, really put you at your wits' ends. It's been a new layout for the past 2 game cycles, or do you know it well enough to take a victory here? And then we head to Austin, Texas. Again, your TT requirement to get into season 2, so you should be fairly squared away and well practiced and can push on for what could be your victory. And then we head to Mexico City after we have our Christmas break after Singapore, coming back in January for Austin, Texas, and then we go on to Mexico and then finish it off with Qatar. So Tom, you've not even seen this yet. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't think there's a track on there that I'm not a fan of, except maybe Japan, and that's just because I don't like driving it on the game. But all of them there are good tracks. I don't think there's any bogey tracks on there, like a Miami or a Vegas or a Monaco or anything like that, where everyone collectively is a bit, there's none on there, I don't think. I mean, maybe Mexico for some people, that's about it.
Yeah, Mexico's going to catch out a lot of people if you're not confident with the track. We've heard drivers say about confidence in the past races that we've had. Even though they've been on the podium, they've still said that they weren't feeling too confident in that race. It doesn't matter. The track suits you best is what you will ultimately always benefit from. But I prefer Jeddah. I've said it before, my favourite track. I can really send it around Jeddah, but there's some tracks for other drivers that they absolutely can nail the racing line on. They've had quite a lot of practice there, can really push on and potentially be the difference in what could be their time to shine and take that P1 position and call themselves a race winner in OTLR. But so far, I'm very excited to see the first half of the season. All of those tracks send off alarm bells from round 1 down to round 6. That certainly does set me going like, wow, that's certainly going to be something. Certainly one to watch, especially Zandvoort. The final corner, the bumps everywhere can really catch drivers out. So you really must be at your wits' end. You have your focus, have your A game on point. Or you can catch yourself collected in the wall, as well as turn 1. Overtakes into there, you're running wide, potentially pick up on that gravel on your exit, and then you're all fumbled up for 2 and 3. And that embanking as well can certainly catch you out, especially as you try and power out of it. It's a very low traction zone, slow corner to get round in Zandvoort. But Silverstone, certainly one to be excited about. I've said before, you can get some spicy overtakes going through Store and certainly down the Hamilton Straight, coming through Abbey and stuff. It's just one of those tracks that never fails to bring the entertainment. But so far, my eyes are set on Zandvoort for next season. That's one that I'm going to be certainly looking out for.
Definitely, I love Zandvoort. It's so good to race there as well.
Absolutely. But that will do us. Announcements made. So be sure to get yourself in the Discord. And remember, 27th September, we open the sign-ups for Season 2. You could be a part of what you have seen. 7 race victors, different victors, 7 races, 7 different winners. You could be one of them. You've got to be stupid to not try and give it a go. But for now, it looks like V-Carbs are dominant, and it's certainly setting a spicy ending to Season 1. Don't know about your feelings, but China today has certainly had its fair share of drama.
Definitely, it was a lot of drama today, but I'm glad I was here for it. Nearly missed it, so.
On that note, we are wrapped up, and we shall see you next week for what will be Saudi Arabia Jeddah. God damn, I love that track. And we shall see you in a week's time. Peace out.